inside edge, a check drive.
Well, the last word you mutter there is a drive. It could have been a leave, Smithy, and then we would have been thinking, oh no. So hopefully there is a bit of intent here from South Africa. I think they will.
As Kev said.
Nice drive. And they'll scurry through. It's a misfield, actually. They might pick up on 2 on the Labuschagne mistake. And they do. Good start, South Africa. Slightly more aggressive, maybe. 45-4.
South African cricket.
That's a beautiful shot, and a shot of intention, really. He tried a number of check drives in the first over, but there was nothing held back in that one.
Well, if we've talked about a counter punch, and we've talked about South Africa wanting to own that popping crease and not let Stark, Hazelwood and Cummins run in and bowl. Over extra cover in the second over from Stark. He said there's power in the white ball. That's a white ball shot.
Another good one, and another boundary. Well, this is upsetting. And this is just throwing a bloke who was completely in charge last night a little bit off sync.
New day offers new opportunities, and Temba looking to take the game to Australia.
It's nice. A couple more for Bedingham.
When I woke up this morning, I looked out the window. The first thing I thought was runs. And that's the mind.
That's beautifully worked through the onside. It will make it just. But that is classy.
Well, we spoke about Bedingham planting his front foot. The balance is so important for him. Mitchell Stark attacking those pads, went for it. Went for the LBW, bowled.
Controls that nicely. There's protection on the boundary line, but that's a delivery that they've spoken about in international cricket too, Bavumba, that bumper ball in around the left ear. It's at gloves. Well, he's done it once, he's done it twice now. Once down the slope, now up the slope. South African skipper with the counter punch morning of day 2.
This is the skipper, Temba Bavuma, stamping his authority. Very important for South Africa. Around.
That's nice. The balance first and foremost. There wasn't a lot of footwork, didn't need to be. Backed his hands, and with that 4 also brings up the 50-run partnership between Bavuma and Bedingham.
He's peppered the covers boundary twice over the fielder, but this...
Oh, boom. A little bit of white ball cricket in the red ball game. He has climbed into that beautifully. First 6 of the test match, and with some style.
He's played some lovely shots today. This has got to be the best one of the lot. Top bowler in the world, pulling in confidently, and a real nice catch as well.
Innings now. That's a fine shot. Tall man, just punching it down the ground. Another boundary.
Yeah, good from Bedingham. In all honesty, coming into this test match, he would have been the one under fire and scrutiny with regards to whether he could or should play in the match, because he hasn't really backed up his initial start to test cricket with some lots of runs consistently. But I think the big talk coming over here was he's played
an upturn in form for South Africa, and that's why they are in this final. 94 for 4.
That's in the air, taken. Good sharp catch. And against the run-up play, Bavuma playing an expansive shot there. And once again, terrific catching.
Well, the catching has been excellent, but mainly from the slip cord and behind the wicket because of the seam movement. But this one was in front of the wicket. Labuschagne, who's a fantastic athlete, shows that athleticism. Brilliant. Really good. They needed something special to break the partnership. Labuschagne provides that. The South African captain has to go. He made 36, 94 for 5.
Here for this ultimate test match. And one of them, 2 or 3 of them will pick up a lovely cover drive.
Yeah, but I don't think Hazelwood will mind that. Wants him looking through that cover region. That's why he's left it open, because he knows if he can get that ball to go down the slope, there's be a big gap between.
Letting someone like him bowl to you. You don't want to be out LB or on the pads. You get plenty of opportunities to score. So just making sure that your awareness around whom that you're going to attack is there.
Just dived over the top of that one, Marnus, to be fair. She's got to weigh that up against the possibility of making just a little bit of profit. Another fumble there from Australia, who effectively what it does, it gets in the mind of a player like Bedingham, who may well have been, to Webster in particular, batting just a foot or so out of his crease. In other words, wanting to get closer to that. Right on the crease, and it's met with a glorious straight drive. A nice statement just prior to lunch. It's a good shot. That really is a good last memory of a session to take up those stairs. Another glorious shot. He ended yesterday with 2 boundaries in the over, and he has ended the first session of day 2 in a very, very identical fashion. 10 from that last over. A good one for South Africa. A good one to finish at 121 for 5.
Strike rates of 160, 170.
Just the 1 wicket to fall out of Bavuma. 36 from 84. They resume with Bedingham. Bowling performance, Brody?
Yeah, Pat Cummins, the captain, made the breakthrough, caught it cover, but it was a decent effort.
And after 1 ball, we have a change up here. One great South African cricketer replaces another. Sean Pollock's out, Hashim Amla in. Long way across, and there's been a collision in the middle. It will be a dead ball. I hope they're both all right. It should be a dead ball. It is a dead ball. More interested, Pat Cummins is in the LBW here. He thought the batter went a long way across, Varane, and he thought he had him in line. And they're going to have a look.
We've got a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Bowler's feet checked. It's a fair delivery. Just looking at split screen now. Keep going through, please. And the ball's close to the bat. I'm going to need to see ultra edge when available, please. Ultra edge coming now. Keep it rolling through, please. Yeah. Clear gap between bat and ball. No batting involved. We'll go to ball tracking when ready, please. Ball tracking coming now. Pitching outside off, impact in line, and wickets is hitting. Chris, I'm going to get you to overturn your original decision. Out. Wow. One screen signal now.
On-field umpire's decision, not out. Cummins overturns it, reviews it. There was so much going on there. Verena crashed into Cummins. If we see the replay, there was a clash between bowler and batter, but Cummins lifted himself off the turf. Watch this. Cummins lifted himself off the turf and said, I'm not worried about that bit. I want that reviewed, and he was right to do so.
Might worry about it a little later on. He was absolutely T-boned there. Rayner goes to 13. And 126 for 6, a vital breakthrough for Australia in the second session.
In the air, gone. 2 in the over. Brilliant from Cummins. Game-changing over, possibly.
Incredibly special passage of play here for Australia. Cummins, captain, makes a really good review. And then this one into the wicket. It has been slow, and it will continue to be slow in the middle of the track. Marco Jansen is a handy player. They get really good at this back to middle order to creating opportunities for the South African team, and it's snubbed out. Excellent piece of bowling. And a tidy enough catch. Gone for a globe. And South Africa now limping 126 for 7.
A lot around the wicket.
He takes the chance by going down the track. And will find the boundary. And that's the calculated risk you've got to take.
Yep, exactly what DK was saying. There's one person to go after here. It is certainly Nathan Lyon. 135 for 7. South Africa still trailed by 77 runs. So you want to try and get 20, 30, 40 maybe off Nathan Lyon. Just having a swing, having a go.
Beautifully bowled, outside edge. And a 5-4 for Pat Cummins. It's the first time a fast bowling captain has taken 5 wickets in an innings since Bob Willis in 1982.
High quality stuff from a champion bowler. He has been outstanding today and for some time now. Yet again, setting the field, making it look like a bouncer's on the way. Hits the length and a simple catch to Alex Carey. It's been very consistent with his lengths. He's troubled the South African batters. And he's been the key to the reason why South Africa are tottering at 135 for 8. David Bedingham, the last to go. 45 he gets.
Should get 2. Has to hurry. Well, this is going to be close. They're going up. He was struggling taking that second run.
We have an umpire review for run out at the striker's end. Let's see your best side on angle, please. Now, keep it coming through, please. Keep it coming through. Thank you. Batters well short of the ground. Players are broken. I have a decision from the big screen.
You could see it. So well short of his ground, and Australia continuing to keep the pressure on the South African batsmen. If it's not the bowlers, it's the fielders. Some brilliant catching today. Very alert fielding here. Counting for that run out. You could see from the outset when he went for that second run, he was going to struggle. So wickets continue to tumble after lunch. It's 137 for 8. He goes, and what a catch. What a catch there by Bo Webster on the boundary, diving low in front of him and coming up with the ball. He thinks they're just checking it, but he reckons he's taken it. Rabada just waiting.
It was brilliant. It really was brilliant. He didn't see it. Only halfway did he clock it. He saw it. He dived for it and he caught an absolutely spectacular catch. Brilliant. The field was set. His eyes lit up. He thought he could get it. He almost got it. Look at Webster here. Goes left, right. Where is it? I mean, he's hit the ball already. He then gets it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Outstanding from Australia. What a catch.
Yes, and what a quick end to the innings after lunch. And the first time The captain has taken 6 wickets in an innings here at Lord's. 6 for 28. Stunning figures for Pat Cummins. And he's taken all the wickets today. And he's taken his 300th wicket. What a performance. 300 wickets for Pat Cummins. 6 wickets in an innings for the first time for a captain. And he will proudly lead his team off the park. What a way to get it. Number 300 at the home of cricket.
And now they've bowled out South Africa 138, which gives them a very healthy lead of 74.
So there you go. Best ever figures by a captain. 6 for 28. 18.1 overs. He skittled South Africa out.
4.
Interesting that Tenders started with a cover and only 2 slips in the gully. It's so often that fine line when you're behind the game.
First runs. Well controlled by Labuschagne down towards third man.
Yeah, those are good bumpers from Pat Cummins, because as a player you've got to make a decision.
And that is outstanding timing.
Well, we've been talking about Rabada. Marnus Labuschagne, who was born in Klerksdorp, wasn't it? South African, came across to Australia at 12, 13 years of age, has an opportunity, a big opportunity today. First time opening up for Australia.
Yes. Gonna need more from Ngidi.
Yes.
Good running. Good pressure on the outfielders.
Full floaty, driven away beautifully by Labuschagne.
Yeah, just the one boundary in the innings so far, and this is the second one. He's been waiting on something to be able to latch onto and put away, and that's beautifully played. On the angle, Jansen coming around the wicket. He knows the ball's going to shape back at him, slightly over-pitched. He just waits for it to come to him. Places it really well.
Edged, gone, round the wicket. And talking of great fast bowlers, we have one here at Lord's that is producing the goods. Wickets in the first and the first wicket in the second.
Yeah, exactly, Nass. He was pinpoint in the first innings, led the way for the South African side, and they were desperate for a breakthrough. This probably could have been his last over. Once again, he catches Khawaja on the crease. He's not a man who looks to get a big stride in. And this one just straightening going up the hill. And South Africa were desperate for a start. Rabada has stepped up. They've picked up their first. Khawaja, he goes for 6. Australia now 28 for 1.
Feet first ball. So he's worried about something.
Edged. Brilliant from Rabada. Absolutely outstanding. He's done for Khawaja twice.
They're checking
He's
the
done
front
for
foot.
Green, but they're going to check the no ball. Rabada looks back at the umpire. And I think he's going to get the okay. He does get the okay. It is a fair delivery. Green charging again down the pitch.
Yeah, Mulder takes the catch. He got him in just 3 deliveries in the first innings. He picked up Khawaja and Green in 1 over in the first innings. Khawaja and Green in 1 over in the second innings. And Australia now 2 down for 28. Proved dividends.
The man who comes in under pressure and delivers time after time, Steve Smith. He was batting on a different pitch first innings. South Africa will want to make sure it doesn't happen second time round. 32 for 2. Excellent from Rabada. Maiden from Janssen to keep the pressure on Rabada. Brilliant just before tea. Another session where wickets have fallen. 49 for 7 on day 2 after lunch, when batting is usually easier. But with the quality of bowling here at Lord's, Raja went for 6, caught behind off Rabada. Green, 2-ball duck, batting at number 3. Again, the bowler was Rabada. Again, the catching was good from South Africa.
Talk over the top of the order, and then it was Kakisa Rabada who stepped in. 2 wickets in short succession, giving South Africa a little bit of belief still. Not in the greatest of...
Here's Ngidi. Smith away. Nicely played. Couple of runs. Just medium pace in that over. Ngidi, 37 for 2.
You might allow a substitute. Most games around the world, if it's a 90-minute game, you're allowed substitutes. So I think it would be moving with the times, but discussions are underway, and it'll enhance the test experience as well, because sometimes you get an uneven battle.
How far away do you think you are from a decision?
He's got him. Went for that hard. And gets the outside edge.
I don't know what it is, Rob, but it's just been a copy stick paste of the first innings. Minus Labuschagne, he nicked off to Marco Jansen from around the wicket. Similar kind of length delivery. Found that feather through to the keeper. And what a moment this is. Just 5 minutes ago, we were concerned that Marco Jansen might not be able to contribute with an injury. He continues to bowl. He's bowled an extended spell. He's into his 8th over, and he's got the wicket South Africa were desperate for. Frustration for Labuschagne. He's screaming at himself. He got himself to 22 of 64. 3 wickets now down for Australia. 44 on the board.
It's to the wicketkeeper. So the reality of it is, when you go to his dismissals, it's always the same or very similar patterns of his footwork. Dinesh Karthik, who's also now alongside us, just went through.
Was there a little bit of pad? Was it too high? And Ngidi has got this one right. Now it's over to Bavumba. And go through a process. Their process hasn't been great so far. We'll find out if it's been good on this occasion as we go upstairs.
We have a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. Bowler's feet checked. It's a fair delivery. I'm looking at front on spin vision now. Ball very, very close to the bat. I'm going to need to see ultra edge when available, please. Ultra edge coming through now. Keep going through. Gap between bat and ball. Flat line, no bat involved. We'll go to ball tracking when ready, please. Ball tracking coming now. Pitching outside, off, impact in line, wickets hitting.
It doesn't get any bigger than that. That is Steve Smith, a player who owns this ground. Lord's is a ground in which he has scored so many runs in big, big matches. Doesn't get much bigger than this. And today he departs. Ngidi gets his man. Smith departs.
It's a big moment in the game. Is this the moment that's going to change it in favour of South Africa yet again? For the moment, Steve Smith goes for 13. Australia tottering at 48 for 4.
Tickled fine. That'll be Head's first boundary, and he's glad that he's got a little bit more on it. He doesn't get strangled down the leg. 54 for 4.
He's looking for that extra swing here. Marco Jansen thought he could probably move it from leg stump. Just went straight with the arm. Travis.
Yeah. It's through the cordon and find its way down to the third boundary.
Ahead of that magnificent qualifier one that you guys played. He was bowling his heart out before the start of the day. Literally a couple of different spells. Bit of luck, you need that.
Yes! And Geedy is doing it all from the nursery end. Or is he? Bo Webster deciding to go upstairs.
We have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. Bowler's feet checked. It's a fair delivery. Looking at split screen now. Roll that through, please. Okay, ball is close to the inside edge there. Let's just confirm with all trades when available, please. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through, please. Yeah, keep it rolling through. Yeah, clear gap between bat and ball. No bat involved. We'll go to ball tracking when ready, please. Ball tracking coming up now. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. And wickets hitting. Chris, you can suppose your original decision is out.
Well, in the first innings, he got the same delivery from Rabada, and they didn't appeal, and it was out, and he continued on. Today, they appealed, and he's been given. So the top scorer from Australia in the first innings departs. And this game tracking fast for an early finish, but which way will it go? That is the question. Webster goes for 9, Australia 64 for 5.
Time to get out.
Through him! South Africa well and truly on top here in Australia's second innings. First it was Ngidi, now it's Mulder. The support from the South African bowling lineup has been brilliant for Rabada.
Well, what are we seeing unfold here? It is quite magnificent. Mulder, who's a backup bowler, absolutely rips one past the inside edge of the dangerous head. The opportunity for Australia to counter-attack has now vanished. It's almost survival only. Who will be the fittest? I'm not sure. Australia lead by 140. 66 for 6 and head gone for 9. Wow.
He's lent into it and given it everything there, Pat Cummins. There's the indication.
Lungi, if I were you, don't look to bowl full here. Bowl short and put him under pressure before you bowl the full ball.
Oh, it's brilliance at its highest order from Ngidi. Cummins trying to take him on. Went for 4, went for 2. And then he finds it all right. The length, the line. And the captain goes.
Being inside the arc of Pat Cummins, you saw a couple of fuller and wider deliveries. Cummins was able to dispatch those. This time, just couldn't line it up. A little bit more angle. A little wider from the crease. Spearing it into that sort of leg stump line. This has been a collapse of note. Pat Cummins, fresh off a 300 test match wickets, is gone for 6. It's 73 for 7.
Nicely timed down the ground. They'll get a couple. Corbin Bosch, who's on the park for Rabada at this stage. Could be 3 here for Mitchell Stark. They get their skates on.
See, these are important runs. Giddy might have taken the wickets, but you've got to go back to your premier fast bowler.
Nice and fine, and that'll run away for 4. Big bonus runs these.
Just wonder what KG's thinking in terms of line. We know that Alex Carey's looking to play, but taking Gully out into mid-wicket, I wonder if he thinks he's got to bowl a straighter line. Still would like to see him attacking that off stump, not getting too straight. Certainly with the slope there is now. Just focus on that off stump.
Nicely back cut, and that could go all the way. It does. Maharaj, despairing dive to his left.
Well, Alex Carey, over the last 12 to 18 months for Australia, has just lifted his performances with the bat. He had a magnificent 97 not out against New Zealand in New Zealand. Then he followed it up with a big 100 in Sri Lanka.
He's hit that straight through extra cover. Goes down the hill. There is a sweeper out there just picking it up.
This isn't just your average half volley either. That ball is on the up. There's a good stride, some good balance.
Edged and put down. That was a tough one, but the keeper diving to his left. I think it just carried.
Very
Punched. Through mid-on, that will go all the way. 50 partnership, vital partnership.
Carey was given out a few overs ago. He survived, he reviewed, and he's hit a couple of boundaries since. Runs have flowed for Australia since. Eyes level, eyes still, middle of the bat. Rabada searching for the stumps.
Sweep does come out. It's his go-to shot, and he plays it very well.
And it was the change of field that I think brought the sweep out for Alex Carey. Short leg went straight onto the wicket. And so he said, well, okay, if you have moved into that position, they're betting him, and I've got a little bit more space there. I'm going to bring out my favourite shot.
Carey wants two. It will be an easy two. Now that's closer. That is closer. That looked plumb. We'll have a look again.
We have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. Bowler's feet checked. Fair delivery. Split screen now. Roll it through, please. Okay. Ball close to inside edge again. Let's go to ultra edge when available, please. Ultra edge coming through now. Gap between bat and ball. Flat line. No bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Ball tracking now. Pitching outside off, impacting line. If it's an umpire's call. Christian Custodian original decision is out.
Game of reviews, and this one stays with the on-field call, and it goes South Africa's way.
Played nicely. Alex Carey got a little bit of momentum back into Australia's way, but he goes for 43. 134 for 8.
Edged and dropped. They are so close. They were trying to buy a ticket. They had to buy a ticket. But the catch goes down. Big movement still. Well, an incredible day. It really has been. Another day where ball has dominated bat. The quality of bowling and the quality of fielding in this World Test Championship final has been of the highest level, and batting and batters have struggled.
Yeah, as I sit here today, knowing we've watched 2 days of cricket and we're going into a third day, I'm not so sure which camp I'd rather be in. Because 10 wickets in hand, chasing 218, maybe 220, maybe 230 on day 3, when I've batted on the surface on day 3 and day 4, and it's a beautiful place to bat. But then we've seen wickets fall, and you've got Hazelwood, and you've got Stark, and you've got Cummins.
That for a scorecard. 22, 13 and 16 not out from Stark are double figures, and Carey, how vital will those runs be by this?
Well, eyes again on Rabada. He now has 8 wickets for the match, but it was Ngidi. His 3 for 35 from the Nursery Street end really shifted things. And then
112 and 144 for 8 Australia. South Africa bowled out earlier today for 138. Australia